Yo, peace was good. Welcome to another hip hop album review. This is part 235. The album that I would like to review this evening is Big Daddy Kane with his third album, Taste of Chocolate, released in 1990. You guys should know who Big Daddy Kane is. I did a review on his first two albums. I did Long Live the Kane that came out '88, classic album, critically acclaimed. And then I did the second album, Is a Big Daddy Thing, which a lot of people consider that to be like his breakthrough album, which I do agree is like the album that really got him noticed nationwide and worldwide. That, you know, it's what made him a superstar and that kind of thing. 1990 was a interesting year because, you know, you had a lot of good variety of hip hop genres and things like that, and at that time that's when like R&B and like New Jack Swing was really booming. You know what I'm saying? To the point that you had certain artists incorporating New Jack Swing type songs on their albums. Hip hop artists I'm talking about. Case in point, you had people like Run DMC from the album Back from Hell that came out in 1990. Underrated album in my personal opinion. I know some people don't really like that album. I don't mind. It's not a bad album. Could have been better. It was experimental for Run DMC. It wasn't too bad. I liked it. It got some dope joints like the Ave and, you know, things like that. A couple other songs I can't remember the track listing on those. But yeah, 1990. Like I said, New Jack Swing was like really big at that time. R&B, like I said before. You know, then you had the likes of Vanilla Ice, MC Hammer on the commercial side of things. And then, you know, you had the conscious side where you had like Boogie Down Productions, really KRS-One solo. You know, Lakim Shabazz, Brand Nubian. Then you had Tribe Called Quest. Then, you know, you had a whole bunch of other people like that. X-Clan. Then, you know, and then you had you had the street shit. You know, you had Gangstar. You know, you had Gangstar. Then you had Ultramatic MC. You know, you had a whole bunch of people. And then you go to gangster rap. On the West Coast, you had Ice-T, you had Ice Cube, you had NWA. Rest in peace to CPO, by the way. Boss Hogg, rest in peace to him. He died last week, week before. But yeah, he died. Rest in peace to him. I did show you guys his album, the Black from Hell. Came out in 1990. Another dope album, very underrated. So glad I got my hands on that. Yeah, so continuing on with this album, then, you know, you had Kid and Play, and then they dropped House Party, which is another dope album. And I think that same year they dropped their album Funhouse. In 91 they dropped it last time. They recorded as a group called Face the Nation, which is another dope album. And I'm not the biggest Big Daddy Kid and Play fan, but they have some songs here and there. But yeah, but getting back to this album, dropped this album in 90. This album has 3 singles. The singles are Cause I Can Do It Right, It's Hard Being the Kane, and All of Me featuring the late great Barry White. Alright, so you know how I get down. I'm gonna show you guys what the album looks like. So you can see right here, Big Daddy Kane shirtless. Got a girl right here. She's like covered in chocolate syrup. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. This definitely looks like an afterthought. Like, come on, man. Like, really? You know, it's like, it doesn't even look like a hip-hop album. But, you know, I guess that was the whole point. He wasn't really trying to capture the hip-hop heads. He was trying to go for the more R&B, get the R&B heads. So, it kind of looks like an R&B album. It's like an explicit R&B album. You know what I mean? So, nothing too crazy. You know, nothing mind-blowing. But, you know, that's what the album looks like in the back. Nothing too crazy. Open it up. See what the album looks like. The CD art, nothing too crazy. You know, very common in the late 80s, early 90s. Then you got, you know, Big Daddy Kane and his mans and some girls, groupies, whatever, in like a Cadillac floaty. Pretty cool. Look like they're having fun. That's what it's all about, man. Just being with your boys, get some girls, and just, oops, sorry about that. And you can see this, you know, them, you know, splashing water on each other, you know, nothing too crazy. They got the album credits, you know, thanks you, and then right it has kind of like you know, like a questionnaire and that kind of thing. So that was pretty cool. All right, let's So let's talk about the producers on the album. Producers on the album. Let me just put this in here properly. All right, producers on the album. Big Daddy Kane, as I mentioned before. Prince Paul, Cool V. DJ to the late great Biz Markie at one point, and the producer as well. Andre Booth, I mentioned him before, and Mr. C. So he didn't stray too much away from like what he's usually known for. But you know, no Marley Marl on this album, unfortunately, which was kind of like, you know, criminal in my opinion. But you know, maybe, you know, he just had like a different air, you know what I'm saying, for certain things. But Marley Marl was doing like R&B remixes at that time, so you know, but you know, it is what it is. And you know, I think at that time he's working with LL Cool J with Mama Should Knock You Out, because I did a review on like a couple years back. So had to get some water in my pipes. All right, features on the album. You have Camila Shabazz, who's the daughter of the late great, well, one of the daughters of the late great, Malcolm X. Rest in peace to him. Barry White. Rest in peace to Barry White. Barbara Weathers. She's one of the singers of part of Atlantic Star. Rudy Ray Moore, aka Dolomite. And then you have a posse cut. Scoop Lover, Scrap Lover, Mr. C, Lil Daddy Shane, his brother, and Ant Live. Recipes of Ant Live. Alright, Ant Live is Eric B's, Eric B and Rakim, that's his brother. So just had to throw that out there for those that know or didn't know. Alright, so you know how I get down. We'll go through some of the tracks. Track 1, Taste of Chocolate intro. Dope way to start the album. That was produced by Big Daddy Kane. Pretty dope joint, has a dope beat to it. As you know, I always like to write my lines and stuff like that I like. I like the line when he says, doing the job how you want it done, with lyrics that's bright as the morning sun. So grab one line, rubbing your face like sunshine, and everything else combined. Dope way to start down, fucking dope. It shows like, you know, even though, because my album's called Taste of Chocolate, doesn't mean I'm soft. Like, I still got it. You know, that's what I got from that, you know what I mean? So, track 2, Cause I Can Do It Right. That was actually the first single of the album. That was pretty cool. Definitely a decent track, you know. It's like more like a braggadocio track, you know, but for the ladies, if that makes sense. Did I write a line? Yeah, I like the line, but in this song, he kind of had like some cheesy lines, which I was like, come on, Kane, you could have come with something better than that. Prime example of it when he said, I remember it all started way back in kindergarten. Some played with Legos, some played with Play-Doh, but I was feeling girls like a ripe tomato. Nigga, come on. Let me repeat that again. Like, this nigga said, I remember it all started way back in kindergarten. Some played like with Legos, some played with Play-Doh, but I was feeling girls like a ripe tomato. I mean, come on. I mean, okay, the ripe tomato part, okay, I get it, but it's like, you gotta come with something better than that. But you know, salute to Kane, man. But it's like, no, Kane, no. It's just I didn't care for that. But decent track, nothing too crazy. Track 3 is A Hard Being the Kane, which was the third and final single. That was produced by Prince Paul. That was actually pretty dope. Pretty dope song right there. I like the line where he says, my vocabulary will just have you very days in the main sword. If I fear no adversary, that means competition, they can't even touch this. Even with ammunition, break out the gauge and go into outrage, and I'm gonna still blow out the stage. That was pretty dope. I really enjoyed that. Dope video too as well. You know, Kane's still talking shit. Track 4, Camila, Who Am I, featuring Camila Shabazz. I'm gonna say this right here, and I don't mean no disrespect. She cannot rap. She's not good. I did not like her. It was very cringe listening to her. She kind of sounds like a mixture of MC Shan and Queen Latifah, and not in a good way. MC Shan with the high pitched voice, and then like the way she rapped was definitely Queen Latifah ish. You know, definitely, especially around like you know, the first two albums. You know, like Nature of a Sister and I forgot the first album, the name of the first album. But yeah, definitely like that vein, and it just wasn't. It was cool, you know. I get it, but I just wasn't too crazy about that. But the beat, the song is dope. I like that a lot, and that was produced by Big Daddy Kane. I like the line where he says, "A native New Yorker on the streets, known for rocking rhymes to real rough beats. That I found in the attic, noisy with static. A sound that made me a hip hop fanatic." Pretty cool. I like that. That was pretty cool. Yeah, in this song, you know, they just talked about how he came about in hip hop, and he talks about how his upbringing with the Nation Gods of Earth, you know, him being a 5%er. So that was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? So salute to them. And I kind of missed that at that time. Sorry, my dog is barking in the background. I kind of missed that in hip hop, man. I kind of wish they would bring that back. You know what I mean? That was really big, you know, because I remember like, in the early 90s, you know, you had kids, you know, because I grew up in Queens, so, you know, you had like kids, like, you know, they had like Muslim names, like Islamic names, like Muhammad, Ahmad, Isaiah, which is more biblical, but you know what I'm trying to say. You know, just biblical and then Arabic names, you know, Jamal, Malik, and Muhammad, and Ahmad, and, you know, people like that. So I kind of missed that, you know. Just it was dope, you know. It was dope, man. I wish that would come back, but you know, at that time people called him woke, you know. It was just I fucking hate that word, but yeah. That was track 4. Who Am I? Track 5, Dance with the Devil. Dope track. That was produced by Cool V. That was the DJ and producer for Biz Markie, the late great Biz Markie. Dope track. What I got from that track, it was like pretty much, you know, people being obsessed with bad things, just like falling victim to evil, whether it's like, you know, robbing people, killing people, prostitution, and, you know, things of that nature. Excuse me. And that's what I got from that. I like the line when he says, "Guns are being brought over the counter like candy, coming in handy for Trump to act manly. Once before they were gone before. Excuse me. Once before there were ones for the Lord, but no more for sure. Looking at a LA gun war. Even in Brooklyn, lives are being taken. The Bronx is dying while the rocks is steady cooking." Yeah, so I thought it was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool track. That was pretty dope. Pretty dope. Track 6. No Damn Good. You know, just talk about how people like to front and shit like that. That was produced by Prince Paul. So yeah, you know, people trying to front. You know, like, you know, got all these niggas on something for the gram. You know what I mean? They take pictures in front of Rolls Royces or Bentleys, but you know, that's a lot of times, you know, they don't own that shit. They fucking rent that shit. You know, you could go on Toro and, you know, get, you know, rent costs for like $300 and shit. You know what I'm saying? So like nothing too crazy. So, but yeah, it's a good hustle. But you know, like you fronting, like you don't own that. So whatever the case may be. Track 7, All of Me, which was the second single. That's produced by Barry White. I love both artists, but this has to be one of the worst songs I've heard in my life. It's very cringe. It's very sus. Very sus. The lines are very sus. I can understand, like, if, you know, if he had a female, you know, with him, like, as far as like doing the duet, but he did it with Barry White, and it's just some of the stuff. It just don't sound right. Like I don't know, man. He could have executed it better. Again, like he said, like he has some like very pause-worthy lines. Like he said, "I want to hold you, I want to massage you, I want to comfort you, I want to soothe you." Yeah, so Yeah, but he said it, yo, you just have to listen to it. It's just very sus, but you know, that was like a bad decision on Kane's part. I don't know what the fuck Coaching was thinking with that. But you know what? That's one thing I do give them. They give their artists creative control. And you know, Big Daddy Kane at the time was their bread and butter. So it's kind of like, okay, well, you know, he's Kane, he's the man, he's the ladies' man. You know, let's let him do what he got to do. So I guess, but yeah, that song I could have done without that song. Track 8, Keeping on the Floor, featuring Barbara Weathers. Like I said before, Barbara Weathers being part of Atlantic Star. That song was okay. I wasn't really too. It was cool, but it wasn't like, oh my god. But he did have some hot lines though. I like the line when he said, "So behold the natural born son. I read them together and hit them as I parted with them. My job is to make them all feel this, but I'm not Don Cornelius. I'm just a new black Caesar here to please you. It's easier, moving the groove, improving something at your leisure." So that was cool, you know what I mean? But the beat, I feel like it could have been a little bit better. It was a little too playful for me. Let me get a swig of water. Excuse me. So that was Keeping on the Floor. I could definitely see that being a single. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. Track 9, Mr. Pitiful. That was a pretty cool track. It just talks about how he came up in hip hop, like he said before. And he talks about how he met Biz Markie and how Biz Markie put him on. So I thought that was pretty cool that, you know, he made his song kind of dedicated to Big Daddy Kane. I mean, to Biz Markie. Like I said, recipes to Biz Markie. Track 10, Put Your Weight on It. That was a pretty dope track. He raps over. He's a braggadocio track. He raps over like 2 or 3 different hip hop breaks. So I thought that was pretty cool. That was produced by Big Daddy Kane himself. Excuse me. I like the line when he says, "Cause I leave him panicking, different." No, excuse me. Sorry. Let me take my glasses right. So. "Cause I leave him panicking when I start damaging, kicking this swift, leaving you stiff like a mannequin and frozen. This is a mind explosion, as chosen, frozen. The competition throws in the towel. My sharp tongue like it's a license. I strike like Mike Tyson. I be icing, breaking the mic in half, just like a psychopath, but still smooth and cool, just like a draft." He killed that shit. Very dope track. That was Put Your Weight on It. Pretty dope track. Definitely one of the best songs of the album. Like I said, he raps over different break beats and stuff like that, so that was pretty cool. Track 11, Big Daddy versus Dolomite, featuring Rudy Ray Moore. Yeah, this song I just did not like at all. I do like the instrumental, but you know, it just, I wasn't. And then Kane had like a really weak line when he said, "I was making money before Washington was put on a bill, and I kicked Jack's ass and took his whole Joe. I'm the one who broke the Bulls back, and made it people say McDonald's and call me the Big Mac." Let me repeat that again. I gotta take my shades off for this. The nigga said, "I was making money before Washington was put on a bill. I kicked Jack's ass and took his whole Joe. I'm the one who broke the Bulls back and made people say fuck McDonald's and call me the Big Mac." Nigga, come on, man. Come on, dude. Like, Kane, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? What are you doing? That was trash. Track 12, Down the Line. That was a posse cut that features Scoob Lover, Scrap Lover, Mr. C, Little Daddy Shane, and Ant Live. I did write some lyrics for that because that's definitely a dope track. The beat is very simple. It's nothing too crazy. It's just like a bass line that dun 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 dun. It's like, I feel like the sample, but like it's kind of like he just like filtered it out. and he's just like pitching down, like, boom, 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 boom. So it was pretty cool, man. I like the line from Kane when he says, "The regulator, innovator, denominator, creator of data, plus the imitator, assassinator, Livingstone displayer, too done sweet, hard as concrete, as always on bent. 7 to this, you're not allowed. You keep fronting on the stage like you're rocking the crowd, snatching the microphone real proud. but your rhymes so booty, you should write them a white cloud." For those that don't know about White Cloud was a toilet paper brand from back in the day. So I thought I'd throw it out there. And Live, I like the line when he says, "Walk the streets of New York and stay alive. All," what he said? "All ice is my loaded 4-5 and sweet and deadly like a killer beehive, and I can suck in Fort Greene Park and survive." So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, that to me, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated hip hop posse cuts that I rarely hear people talk about, and that's definitely one of my favorites. The beat could have been better, but they all did their thing. But I feel like Kane and Live, rest in peace to him, both were like, they shined through that track in my opinion. And track 13, Taste the Chocolate Exit, is just pretty much like him like shining out over the same instrumental as of over the intro beat from the first one, Taste the Chocolate intro. Overall, this album, I feel like it could have been a lot better in my personal opinion. This album right here, it's just like it wasn't cohesive. It was like all over the place. I felt that album was a little bit rushed, in my personal opinion. I feel like some of the songs, like, I don't know, like, he wasn't focused on this album. He did admit that. Like, I read it in an article way back when he was making this album that, like, you know, he wasn't really focused on this album. You gotta excuse the dog in the background. I do apologize for that in advance for those that will watch this video. But yeah, it just felt rushed. It just felt, you know, all over the place and that kind of thing. And you know, at the time, like in 1990, there was a big rumor that he was dying from AIDS because, you know, he was a playboy. You know, he was a dude that was getting all the girls, sleeping around all over and things of that nature. And unfortunately, you know, at that time, AIDS was a very big thing at that time. And like I said, there was a rumor that he was dying from AIDS, and it was so bad that he actually had to go to a Harlem rally at that time, like a concert. And he actually had to show the results of his AIDS the test results for the AIDS test, and it was negative and like that thing. And it went as far as to go on Oprah and, you know, talk about it. But I don't think I think that episode's unreleased, you know, for that reason. So I don't think you'll be able to find it or whatever. It wouldn't be on YouTube and things like that. But I'm glad that he didn't have AIDS, you know, because he wouldn't have the career he has today. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely a rushed album. I feel like the album could have a little bit better. It could have been better. He had some songs here and there, but a lot of filler in my personal opinion. Yeah, this definitely, he wasn't like focused. Like, yeah, he had some songs that was like reminiscent of the first 2 albums, but then you could tell that, you know, he was trying to, you know, appeal to a certain audience, you know, the ladies obviously, but it just didn't work. I mean, All of Me, just that whole song is just straight sus, especially 2 dudes just like talking mad smooth and shit. You would think they're talking to each other. It's like, that's how sus that shit was, man. And you got Camila Shabazz, who can't rap for shit. You know what I mean? No disrespect to Malcolm X, but yeah, she sucks, man. She sound like fucking MC Shan mixed with Queen Latifah, and not in a good way either. Not good at all, man. But yeah, you know, Big Daddy Kane, he's not a bad producer. I mean, he got some decent songs on there, but I just was like, again, I felt like some of the songs were, you know, it just felt like afterthoughts. This is definitely like a cash-in album. You know what I mean? He definitely was not focused on this album, so this is my thoughts. I felt like the album could have a little bit better. So do I like the album? I'm in between. I would say more no, but it do got some dope songs like Cause I Do It Right, It's Hard Being a Kane. I do like Who Am I, Dance with the Devil. I like the keeping on the floor. That was cool. Put your weight on it. And down the line. So it's not that bad of an album, but I feel like the production, some of the beats could have been a little bit better, but that's just my thoughts. This album, just like every Cold Chillin' album, is out of print. You could get it for a decent price. You get it for like $11, $15, you know, that kind of thing. It's not cheap, but it's not expensive. So, but yeah, if you can find it, definitely pick it up. If you want to add it to your collection, definitely pick it up. So yeah, definitely that age rumor definitely fucked up his career and definitely affected his overall focus on the album. You know, it definitely shows on the album. So, but yeah, Big Daddy Kane and Taste of Chocolate released in 1990. Let me know what you guys think. Definitely stay tuned for more videos. Alright, peace.